It's a girl. Nah.
I go by Jaye, J Megs to be exact. Confidence is everything, and growing up, I lacked that living in the wrong body. But now that I'm walking in my truth, if I must say, I'm the most handsome man. Man, I really can't recall, but I believe it was like 4th or 5th grade. I was nervous at first, but watching my family, how big they are in Newport News, like they support system wise, I seen how they acted towards the LGBT, and my mother was nothing short of like welcoming to everybody. So I knew that if eventually I came out about it, if I had any questions, she wouldn't like shun me or make me feel like I was wrong. And as a young kid, I really felt like there was no difference when we were on the field with the same uniforms, the same cleats, the same football, the same clock was running in the same time. The saying, football's a man's sport. I beg to differ. I've seen women hit harder than males. So with that being said, that was my safe space where I was able to feel equal, and they weren't looking at my gender. They were looking at how well I played or how hard I hit. It was a pat on the back like I was one of the fellas. That's where I felt normal at, on the football field. I didn't feel like I had to dress to the gender. Everybody was wearing the same uniform. We was all one. Same color, same uniform, same cleats, same fight. It was amazing. I loved it. I didn't feel like a female when I was playing with them. And yeah, in the beginning they knocked me on my ass, but they seen I was not playing every time I got up. So I just loved it. I like what I like. I have no specific gender to date. I haven't dated a male before inside my trans, but I recently was dating a trans woman, and I liked her or whatever. Whatever. But femmes, it's kind of hard because you got to adjust their pronouns, and then you got to worry about what they're gonna pronounce you as when they introduce you to people. What they're gonna tell their family, he used to be a girl. Like come on, no. So when it comes to dating, it's kind of difficult, but that's in any relationship. You just gotta set those boundaries and just don't go for any and everything, because I haven't dated no trans guys. I ain't trying to be funny. I haven't done that, but I haven't dated no gay guys. This is a trans woman, and then the rest of it has been cis females. So my last situation, I was in a relationship for 4 years, and that was pretty much the majority of my transition. She let her family know prior because I still looked like a little stud, but it was the changes that they might see along the process. So she explained it to them, and then they went along with it. Now it's where I don't want you telling your family that unless, you know what I'm saying, it comes down to it, or either we get close and I introduce you to my family. That's when we'll have that serious talk with our family. But other than that, like, telling people that I used to be a female is outing me. It's not there. Okay. A lot of parents be happy when they see me with their daughter, be like, oh snap, my daughter's back straight. Thought you had a friend. Thought you had a motherfucking friend. Sex with a trans guy, everybody's different. We some freaks. Then again, not everybody. Look, just try it. That's all I gotta say. I can't sit here and tell you. Personally, man, I ain't about to tell you. Being a black trans in America, we are overlooked entirely too much to just our transition and nothing more than confused, mental illness, freaks. Well, I'm here to show you and tell you I'm more than my transition.
It is I, Chevy Hill the Great, baby. And I am a man, a trans man, a grown ass man. Fuck what you heard, baby. This what it is. Evolution ATL was based and built around your integrity as a person. My integrity. Who I am an evolution. You are evolution. We as a community are an evolution. We chose to evolve despite whatever circumstances we were born in. For me, that was my body.
Evolution came about because, you know, in my life and my journey, I was fired from job after job. I had one job fire me because I used a male's bathroom. I didn't get a warning or anything. They didn't just pull me to the side and talk to me. They just fired me off top. I also been fired from a job because I made another coworker feel uncomfortable just because of who I was. They didn't want to work on the same shift with me. And instead of the manager just telling me that they didn't want to work with me, they in turn fired me because I was a distraction from everybody doing their work.
And this been going on my whole life. And I'm just trying to be me. I'm just trying to live. My girlfriend was a hairstylist at the time, trying to figure out what I could do to give back to the community, help myself. November, I never forget it. I work a temp service job. Man, I quit. I told my girl I quit. I ain't giving nobody else no more of my hard work, my time. I'm gonna put my all into being me, the me I wanna be, the me I'm destined to be.
I am a force to be reckoned with. I am the truth. I am the cause and effect of real life. If I had to choose between society's gender labels, I would be a man. See, at first I didn't know whether it was because of the streets that I came from, or who I actually was. But see, when you come up in them hard ass streets like that, you don't know whether the hell you actually is that type of person, or it's just where you come from. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of fat trans men out there. And it's the shit, I mean, every 5 minutes there's another trans man popping up. Forgive me, I'm not to say, I'm no one's God to say your transition, your journey is better or less, no sin is greater than mine, but you can tell who mean that shit and who just doing it because it look good. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I want to say this from a real trans man, you make it hard. I want to get top surgery as soon as possible because of the fact that the best way for me to bind is through tape. I'm gonna show you. Actual duct tape, okay? And see what I mean by real trans men out here that understand and know the health issues, the factors that you, to be trans, you playing a 50-50 game with your health. You know what I'm saying? Because I want my chest to be as flat as I can possibly get it. Okay? I'm not going to wear a binder. I'm not going to wear no ace bandage. Okay? Because I ain't walking around with no mustache just to have titties.
I am an evolution. EVOLLUSION. Evolution. ATL. The first and only LGBT barbershop and salon. That definitely came out of love, out of passion. And me, it's a personal journey for me, but it also is a personal journey for anybody else that can relate in that journey.
Being a trans man in a relationship is definitely growing, a learning process.
Yeah.
You know, you have to understand that you're changing as well, and you have to be with somebody that understands that too, because of how you felt 6 months ago about this very same person. You know, the little stuff, it starts changing along with your changes, and you just have to make sure you have somebody that have your back. You know, definitely don't change who you are at heart because of the other people around you that don't understand your change. Be with someone that understands your change, who you are at heart.
Definitely, it takes a lot of patience. It takes, like you said, a lot of understanding. You can't really take a lot of things to heart because of you got to know that the changes that he is going through, it affects you as well, and you can't really take it. You can't take it to heart. You really can't. You're gonna have a lot of ups and downs, and the love has to be there first.
And, you know, sexually, they don't talk about that on YouTube. You know, they don't give, you know, in relationships and being trans, sexually, they don't talk about how you're going to go through a whole change, you know. You
definitely have to learn each other again, sexually. You definitely do, because all of that is going to change.
It is, and especially with you being a trans man, with your growth, you're not necessarily going to know how to handle the different pleasures that you want now. Because being trans, you go through different changes.
And you know, you definitely have to be open to new things because it's new for the both of you, and you got to be willing to be vulnerable in bed, and you definitely have to try new things. A lot of new things. You know, you definitely, when you're in a relationship, just period, you know, you're the secretary, you're the mistress, you're the wife, you're the friend, you're everything. And sometimes you know you got to come outside of your own box, and that was hard for me because I'm an introvert, you know. And so being with somebody like Chevy, he's definitely my first trans relationship, and you know, and that's definitely it has to come from here first and foremost, and you have to be willing to open up and do everything that you can for this person because of the journey that he has decided to go on. And if you have accepted his journey, you got to be willing to go on the journey with them.
I've never tried to be anything other than what I am. I've always considered myself to be, you know, regular, normal, typical. But shit, it ain't too much normal, regular, or typical about me. I'm just me, you know. I do everything that everyone else is doing, that they do or don't want to be doing, you know. I don't consider myself any different from the next man.
My name is Gino Miller, and this is my voice, 3 shots on tea. I'm sure people are going to ask, why now, you know? Why now for the transition? Along with, why start recording so late? It's simple. I fucking forgot. No, initially, yeah. To be completely honest with y'all, initially, yeah, I just forgot to fucking record, but that was at the very, very beginning. Like, I still had time, you know. It was like before I even went to my first appointment to get my tea. So I decided that I was going to wait until I started my tea because I wanted people to hear just how early things can begin to change. I didn't know, of course, initially because I had never taken tea. But, and of course, when I use the term tea, I am referring to testosterone cypionate, 200 milligram. As a matter of fact, is the one that I'm on. Shout out to Dr. Valovich. People that know me know what I sound like, you know, anyway. And I never really intended to be this voice, this spokesman, you know, for transgendered individuals. I recently was asked, do I consider myself a trans man or a man? And I told them, I'm a man. You know, the only transition is my hormones. The reason why I say that, guys, is because I don't need anything to help me feel how I already feel. I don't need anything to help me be what I've already been. You know, I went on to tell them that I've been a man, you know, I just stood in the wrong line. I missed my parts that I was supposed to get in. Since I stood in the wrong line, I ended up with these guys. All jokes aside, though, I don't think anything can single-handedly define a man or masculinity. I just don't. We are what we know we are. You know, we are what we speak. We are what we say. You know.
I absolutely love my wife. She's actually one of my best friends and one of my biggest supporters. You know, she's loved me for years, well beyond my transition, and she down for me. You know, I adore the air she breathes, and I don't know what I'd be doing without her.
I've been a provider. That's what I do. I fix shit. I handle stuff. You know, I get things done. As far as, you know, I'd like to be able, like, it would have been nice to be able to impregnate my wife, you know. But that's not something that I can get wrapped up in when there are so many other options. Shit, we have 3 boys, you know. So I'm okay, you know. But we also both want a daughter. So who knows, you know. But within 5 years, we'll just have to see what happens. I have to see what happens. Hell no. Absolutely not. I've always been a masculine person. I was a masculine ass kid. I ran around with no shirt on, no shoes, you know, not even trying to be a boy. That's how I was comfortable, you know. I was a dirty kid, you know, just dirt everywhere, in my hair, on my clothes, just dirty. Like, I may have even been musty. Like, I was just a little boy, like, not even trying to be one, you know, just nasty and boyish, you know. And I didn't realize at the time, because, you know, you're a kid, you know, you don't understand gender roles or, you know, masculinity, femininity, you know. You just living as a kid. You don't have anybody to answer to. You know, the most you have is a parent telling you, you know, pull them pants up, go change that shirt, or why you got them shoes on? Like, you don't wear tennis shoes with your dress, you know, that's the kind of stuff that you have, but you don't realize like, oh shit, I might be a little different, you know. But I cannot sit here and honestly tell you that God has a problem with who I am or what I am. Absolutely not. I feel like if he or she did, we wouldn't be having this conversation, you know. I think if anything, God would be more pleased that I am able to find happiness within this world that he's put me in, you know. And I think that, and that's not even just, you know, about an alternative life, that's anyone's life, you know. People should be able to do what makes them comfortable, you know, not just what makes them happy, but are you okay? You know, and I don't think there are enough people out here doing what they're okay with. So I can't, God, no, I don't think God has any issue with the way his baby's living his life.
Right. That's about all for this.
I'm currently back in Atlanta now, working on several projects. The main thing I'm working on though is my nonprofit. It's called the Trans Gentlemen of Excellence, where it's a group of trans men of color like myself giving back to the community and showing the world that we are more than our transition.
You know, in life, you get what you give. Thank God I gave my all in everything I done. I'm blessed, man. I'm still grinding, but I'm blessed. Y'all stay tuned.
Every day is a new day. I just continue to better my overall physical, spiritual, and mental health. At this point, Gino, him, he, his are all general fixtures and conversations that people have with me, and it feels good. It feels amazing. I still thank the Creator for this opportunity every day because there are people still not living their truths. Outside of that, me and my wife, we continue to better us, you know, individually and as a unit. And of course, I'm still furthering my career after 7 years with my job. They've been nothing but supportive, and I couldn't see working with a better organization.